So there's this guy. His name is Chaos, and he's the only thing. At all. Nothing else exists. He's lonely, and so he decides he's going to make something. He makes Gaia. Gaia is Earth. Chaos and Gaia make everything else. One of the things they made was this other guy named Uranus, and Gaia decided she really liked him, so she had kids with him too. So Gaia and her husband's son Uranus have a ton of kids. They have 3 sets of kids, the 3 one-eyed Cyclops, 3 hundred-handed ones, and the 12 Titans. Unfortunately for Uranus' kids, he hates literally all of them. He also hates his mother wife. So he takes the first 6 kids and hides them in Tartarus for being ugly. Gaia is super annoyed that her husband's son imprisoned their kids. The Titans, meanwhile, are all trying to mind their own business. Except one. The youngest of the Titans, Kronos, is basically the runt of the litter. He's the only one who is really willing to stand up to Uranus. So Kronos and Gaia set up a plot to attack Uranus, and Kronos castrates his dad. A very sensitive part of Uranus falls into the waters, and out of the sea foam Aphrodite was born. And the rest of him is banished into chaos, and he becomes the sky. Meanwhile, life is good, and Kronos is living his life as the new king of the Titans. Kronos can't learn from his family's mistakes and marries his sister Rhea. They have 6 kids: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Zeus. Except before they had kids, someone told Kronos that he was destined to be overthrown by one of his kids, and Kronos really didn't want that, so he comes up with this great plan to prevent this. He decides to become the kindest, most loving father known to man. He goes to all of his kids' baseball games, every show his daughters put on, and he's the pinnacle of a loyal husband to his wife, determined to be a better parent than his father was. No, he actually eats them, swallows his children whole the minute they're born, unhinges his jaw and inhales. Eventually, Rhea has given birth to 5 kids, with a 6th on the way, and is sick and tired of her husband eating them, so she decides to go somewhere else to give birth to her youngest son, Zeus. She gives birth to Zeus on an island, tells the island nymphs to raise him, and then leaves. Once she's done that, she returns back to Kronos, who is looking at her and waiting to eat their son. So Rhea hands their son over like nothing's wrong, and Kronos eats him. Except for the obvious fact that Zeus is still on the island, and Rhea just literally fed Kronos a rock. He doesn't notice or question this. Years go by, Zeus grows up, and he comes back home. Kronos doesn't know that he is Zeus, and allows Zeus to become his cupbearer. More time passes until one day Zeus brings Kronos his cup. This time it's poisoned. Kronos drinks it, his jaw unhinges, and all Zeus' siblings, full grown now by the way, just pop back out. Yay, now there's 7 of the gods. Zeus also can't learn from his family's mistakes. He marries his sister Hera. He also hasn't learned how to be a good husband, because he cheats on Hera. A lot. She does not appreciate this. Zeus has a ton of kids, including Hephaestus, Apollo, Artemis, Athena, Hermes, Dionysus, and Ares. Athena was Zeus's favorite. Before she was born, Zeus had a horrific headache, so he asked someone to take an axe to his head. They did, and out popped Athena, full-grown, in armor, and screaming. Artemis and Apollo are also both in his favor, and he is repeatedly shown to give them nice things or whatever they ask for. Hermes was his reliable son, which Zeus appreciated, and Dionysus is said to be his favorite of his sons. And then there's Ares and Hephaestus. Zeus and Hera both didn't like Ares because he was aggressive and violent. And Hephaestus, it kind of depends on which version of the myth you hear, but either Zeus really didn't like him or Hera was very angry that Zeus just cheated on her again. Either way, Hephaestus gets thrown off of Olympus. Moving on. Eventually there's this other guy, Prometheus. He's one of the Titans. Basically, Prometheus takes some mud and clay, molds it around a bit, and boom, people. Zeus didn't really care about people being there, but he also didn't really want them to do too much, so he tells everyone not to give the humans fire, because that would make them advance too much. But Prometheus thought that seemed unfair, so Prometheus decides to steal fire from Zeus and give it to people, which lets civilization move forward. That annoys Zeus, so Zeus takes Prometheus and chains him to a rock, where a bird eats out his liver every single day. But, fortunately, humans still kept the fire, so they kept progressing as a society. But, the gods still made sure not to let any humans do too much. That's their job.